Hey guys, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the top 3 developments that are gonna change the Denver metro area. We're talking Ball Arena, project, not just the stadium, but the actual project. We're talking the new football stadium, and we're talking the River Mile, which is just north of the Ball Arena project. Either way, you guys are gonna wanna stay tuned. By the way, we also have an amazing live that we did about a week or 2 ago that's still posted. If you guys have more information, we can just post that link to that video down below. But without further ado, super excited to get in depth and just show you guys everything you're gonna wanna know about these 3 developments and how it pertains to you as a consumer, whether you're moving to Colorado or you live here currently and you're looking at what the longevity looks like for you.
All right, so let's start off with number 1. This is the one that is probably being talked about most right now. This is going to be the new Broncos Stadium.
Amazing. And not only is it getting talked about right now because it's literally going to be done within the next 4 to 6 years, but they have picked a location and they've also started to show the renderings for what the stadium is going to look like. The light rail is literally going to go right up under it, allegedly. Most of your renderings are looking like. Sure. But the Broncos are also 10-2 right now. We're the first in the AFC West. That's our division. Okay. He's not a big football guy. He likes bare knuckle boxing and inappropriate stuff. We're traditional footballers over here, but the Broncos, they're having an amazing season right now. But in addition to that, Colorado and especially Denver, we're very big on the Denver Broncos. And if there is a sport that we follow, it's that. The Denver Nuggets are also crushing, but more specifically to the stadium, what it's gonna allow us to do is just have a lot more interaction beyond football as well through all 4 seasons. So for those of you that don't know, just giving you some cliff notes and we can show you guys some renderings right now of what the current stadium looks like. It's amazing, we love it. They added a $100 million update to it just this past year when the Waltons purchased the Denver Broncos. So I guess within the past couple of years, they've added $100 million to it. It's an amazing stadium, but true to like how all Coloradians wanted this, if that's a word, wanted it, it was an outdoor stadium. We pride ourselves on altitude and weather and how weather affects football games and all of those fun things, but it does prevent the Super Bowl from being here because of inclement weather. Now they have had the Super Bowl in New York within the past couple of years. There was a snowy Super Bowl. They were open to it. I'm not sure if the NFL is really trying to do that long term. Now, if you have a retractable roof, for sure, you can have the Super Bowl here because then you can control the climate and the weather and everything. Inside the actual stadium, you still have to deal with, teams flying here and cancellations with blizzards. But for the most part, we're pretty clear during that time, which is early February. It's more so just the snow that would be a problem. But in addition to this whole football thing, even if football is not your thing, having a retractable roof and enclosed stadium also allows us to have a significantly more amount of concerts and other live shows within Denver. Because right now, with all of the big tours that happen, well, if it's middle or end of fall through all the winter and even early spring, depending on how long our snow sticks around for, you really just have Ball Arena, which is where the Nuggets and Avalanche play, for major concerts and events, which is like one location. You've got the Buell Theater, you got, some things there, but that only holds a couple thousand. We're adding this amazing stadium that's gonna give us another mecca for Denver of just having these things. It couldn't be better as far as the growth for Denver and everything that's coming here. You've got some of these states, Florida, Texas, that have had a large influx the past couple of years, especially post-COVID, but some things that you do see in those states are people get tired of the heat. They get tired of humidity. They tend to have a lot of turnover. Well, people tend to land and find themselves in Colorado because of our 4 seasons, because of what the climate is overall, more sunny days in Florida. You guys know I never shut up about that. Our international airport has also gotten significantly bigger. So a lot of great things as far as like what the economy looks like for Colorado and your equity on your home and just overall the pleasure and livability you guys can have. Your turn.
There we go. So now that you know all about the roof and the great things about a big, massive stadium and all the great things that brings to the state, let's talk about the locations currently. So the current stadium is located just west of I-25 near the Auraria exit. If you guys are familiar with that and you're locals, it is a congested area. It's not too far from Ball Arena, which is our other major stadium. On top of that, you have a college campus right there. You've got Meow Wolf Denver located right next to the football stadium. So there are a whole lot of big attractions that bring a ton of traffic, all relying on this one exit off the highway. Well, this is going to be a huge relief because now when the stadium moves, we're going to go significantly further southeast. So we're going to be southeast of the highway now and from the current stadium, which is going to really just free up that whole intersection for the Ball Arena development, which we're going to talk about next. Stay tuned for that.
Correct.
But most importantly, this is now going to open up this whole new area that right now is basically a junkyard yard and railroad yard and just a very industrial area that is not being utilized.
But it's historic and it's on the railroad tracks. You could literally run the light rail right up under the stadium and have drop-offs and just really cool style stuff. You know, but long story short, with the intersection right now with where you're getting off on the highway on Auraria campus, with all these things there, they're also sharing a lot of parking because when Bronco games or concerts at the Bronco Stadium happen, that parking gets filled up and then you've got this walkway that goes under the highway to the east side of the highway toward Ball Arena, and then some of their overflow parking lot gets used for Bronco games. The problem is if there's a concert or a Nuggets game going on the same night as a Bronco game, it just gets really packed, right? So like if I were, it's like I'm the Bronco Stadium and he's Ball Arena, and then you try to fit some parking and so it just, you know, and it's not a huge deal right now, but with the growth of Colorado, I feel like we've always done a great job with the infrastructure of traffic and flow of traffic here. I feel like they're taking care of it now. But it's definitely something that has to get addressed. But in addition to that, I also feel regardless of all those things, where the stadium can be located at this historical site, they can use the light rail tracks and all of that, like it's just a better play overall.
Now, this isn't just a stadium that's going to be coming here, right? You don't just have to be a football fan to enjoy this area. The city is making sure that when they do all the effort to build out the infrastructure for this stadium, that they bring a lot of other cool and much needed things with it. Right. So for example, they're looking at adding within this same, let's call it the Bronco Stadium corridor or community area, we can call it, they're looking to add 3,000 to 5,500 new residential units. That's probably going to be a mix of apartments and townhomes and condos. I couldn't imagine them putting single family homes in there because this is going to be a mixed use area. So imagine those places where 12 stories high and on the first level, you've got your coffee shop, you've got a bar, and we've got some other cool hangout places similar to McGregor Square, which is what they did to accommodate the baseball stadium in downtown.
Correct. Great example, by the way. Great example. It almost will give you almost like a downtown San Diego vibe, like how you've got the San Diego Padres baseball stadium, but you've got these nice condos and townhomes built right up on it, and you can oversee into the park and different things like that. Some of these developments that are gonna be just right across the tracks, literally right up onto the stadium as far as being that overall corridor, that overall build. Super cool idea. Be great for like people that wanna come in and travel and just catch games. And we've got a lot of friends and family that wanna come in and catch games. Definitely convenient as far as just the overall. The one thing downtown Denver does lack is downtown living, as in like not across the street from downtown, but like downtown living. We just don't have a lot of it compared to some of your other major cities, but a step in the right direction of Denver becoming one of the up and coming major cities, well, it requires certain things, and I think this is a step in the right direction.
And in addition to that, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of commercial space, office space, and most importantly, and this is going to be a common reoccurring theme that you're gonna see amongst all of these new upcoming Denver developments, and that is plenty of parks and open space. Like Will said earlier, Colorado is a four-season state. We utilize our state for all four seasons. Even in the wintertime, having these big open spaces and some parks to go hang out with your kids, you're gonna have plenty of days, even in January and February when it's super cold at nighttime, where it's plenty warm during the day, where you're gonna wanna go outside and hang out with your kiddo. And with that being football season, they are big tailgaters here. It is going to be really nice to have more than just a parking lot to hang out in while you're pre-gaming or doing whatever adult festivities you're gonna be doing before a football game.
See how he says they are, like, see how he doesn't even associate with like football fans. He literally said they. See how they are big, I'm telling you. Like,
that's true.
They are, but it's a lot of fun. But true to Colorado, we have literally more park area, but we're one of the top states that's got literally the most like park and recreational space. Keeping in line with that is a lot of these developments have really thought that through, and that's just part of what Denver's gonna require. And it's amazing. And I do think we do a lot better than like maybe like your Californians, like you've got the ocean close to San Diego, obviously, but once you start getting inner city, there's not a lot of recreational space. It's just straight building and that's it. And they kind of lean on the ocean for their recreational side versus Colorado. Instead of an ocean, you've got these amazing Rocky Mountains, but we still have a lot of great areas, not only just downtown, but any master plan community or other older developments, you've got a lot of park and rec around, and it's phenomenal. Probably one of the best things about Colorado.
All right, moving along. Number 2, let's dive into the Ball Arena development.
Correct. Now, we're showing you guys some of the graphics and some of the renderings I'm sure on screen right now, but just to make sure you guys are clear, the actual arena where the Nuggets and everything play is there. It is staying. I'm sure they'll do some updates to it. It is fairly new. It is awesome. It's recently in the past couple of years been named Ball Arena, and I think that came with some updates all on its own. So the stadium is there, and you're gonna have a great time there with the Nuggets, with the Avalanche, concerts, you name it. More specifically, what we're gonna be talking about is just the development that goes around it, because right now you just have a lot of dead space and or parking lot or some old historical things about Colorado that it's just not the highest and best use of space. There are some gaps between going under the highway to the Bronco Stadium, or just even starting to go more northwest toward Elitch Gardens / Six Flags. There's just some dead space around it where you could definitely not only incorporate a lot of like downtown living, but a lot of downtown recreational commercial developments that just make the overall atmosphere fun. Now, what I'll leave you with before we let Eli talk about all of your data is, it just feels like they're creating destination locations in Denver. So when you go to the new Broncos Stadium, it's a destination. There's plenty of things to do in and around that area, whether you're at the game on that day or you live there or you're going there for the weekend to just shop. It's a destination. Well, very similar is Ball Arena, the surrounding area that they're developing. It's very destination-esque. Whether you're going there for a concert or for a game specifically that day or that night, there's plenty to just do there, whether there's something going on or not. And if you are gonna go, and a lot of you know, like if you're gonna tailgate before a Nuggets game or before a Bronco game, what better thing to have if you're gonna be at a game several hours prior than to just have plenty of things to do outside of just sitting on the back of a truck having a beer, right? Like, not that that's not fun and that's for a lot of folks, but it is nice if you can have some great restaurants, some great commercial shopping, and just do plenty of stuff several hours before a game outside of just sitting on your tailgates, right? So a lot of development, super excited, but to just give you guys some context, that's what these major developments in downtown and in Denver feel like. They feel very destination.
Now, talking about the location, so
Don't do what I do.
is that your thing?
You see what he's?
There we go.
He's not one of us. He's a
today.
they.
He's
We're
on
that
me
they.
today. Apparently.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay. There we go. It's just acceptable.
We appreciate you guys putting up with us.
None
and
of this
watching
is
us. By the
going
way,
in
if you
there.
are still here watching us and putting up with us, the number below popping up. We would love to help you guys with your real estate needs. A lot of you know we are licensed realtors, and as much as we have fun making these videos, we have a lot more fun helping you guys with your real estate needs. So that number below, we are the guys who answer all of the calls, text messages, and emails. So if that's for you and you're still here, we love you. Thank you. Back to it.
All right, moving right along. Let's talk location of Ball Arena right now, because the location is the one thing that is not changing with this development.
Correct.
But it is, however, expanding. So Ball Arena is currently located just east of I-25 off of the Auraria exit to the east of the Broncos Stadium that we were just talking about. Very close to Metro Denver, which is a major Denver college that is located right next door to Ball Arena. Metro State.
Correct.
Yes,
Metro State along with CU Denver.
Correct, yes.
I went to college.
He did go to college.
He dropped out.
I didn't go.
That's a rumor.
Now, with that being said, this is a 55-acre parcel out there that they are going to be developing. And guys, this is so much more than just this stadium that they're going to be building out. This is going to butt up, as Will alluded to earlier, against Six Flags Stadium, or Elitch Gardens as it's called here locally. And this is quite literally the one amusement park that we have in Denver. We'll dive into this a little bit more when we talk about our next development, the River Mile.
Correct.
But little teaser for that. Six Flags could be on the way out. It could be staying. I'm really hoping it stays.
Yep.
But we'll see once this actually gets to fruition.
Correct. Now, Elitch Gardens has been historical in Colorado, and it's already moved once. Its original location in Denver, it then changed to where it's at now, and it's been there for probably the past 35 years. It's been downtown Denver, but now they're saying there's rumor where it could be changing. The new ownership that's been taking over the River Mile is saying that their efforts are to keep it. Now, if you know anything about how things get said diplomatically, they're not saying they're keeping it. They're just saying, hey, our efforts are to somehow incorporate this into everything else that we're doing, to save it and somehow coincide it with everything else and still make it fun. And it is a lot of fun, but maybe amusement parks are just not what people are doing nowadays. I know a lot of kids, I've got a daughter who's a teenager. It doesn't seem like they're very enthused by going to amusement parks like we were when we were kids. And I just turned 41. Eli just turned 40. So do the math on which generation you come from. Our generation comes from all summer you had a season pass and you went to Elitch's.
Right.
I'm just not sure if that's a thing anymore. There is some cool parts about it. They also have the Children's Museum down there on the River Mile as well. Now, the Children's Museum is amazing. They haven't said this yet, but I could also see the Children's Museum expanding with how cool it is with some other things around that if for some reason they were to get rid of Six Flags Elitch Gardens, right? So food for thought on that, but their efforts is to keep it. Either way, when you're looking at some of these renderings, they're amazing. They look awesome, but some include it and then some don't. So you're just not quite sure what that looks like. Either way, what it looks like for you guys is just another destinational location in downtown Denver that allows a lot more opportunity for things to happen. And in addition to that, just your current population that goes downtown on the weekends will be more dispersed. Right now, when you go downtown, you've got 16th Street Mall. Well, that was under construction for a couple of years. We talked about that on a couple weeks prior. We'll talk about that again, but short story on that is it's finished. So you're getting more people to disperse into 16th Street Mall now. You've got McGregor Square by Coors Field.
Yep.
You've got Market Street. This is just gonna add another place for people to kind of separate. For the past couple of years, you go downtown, you're kind of just in this same square block of everybody.
You kind of got Lodo and that's it.
It gets really congested, but now when you've got these other destinations that are going on, it's just gonna spread some things out, which allows you, regardless of where you're going downtown, to probably just have a better time because it's not as busy as it has been the past couple of years because there is more to do.
All right, now similar to the Broncos Stadium, of course they are going to bring tons of residential units to this area as well. They're anticipating anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 new units being added to the Ball Arena area. In addition to that, they're looking at putting in a new hotel, obviously new bars, restaurants, dining, great date night spots, and tons of parks and open space.
Correct.
Now, the other big thing that is going to really help this entire area here is how much they are going to focus on interconnectivity of the different surrounding neighborhoods. So right now it is in its own little bubble, and you know, it's parking lots around there, there's chain link fences up. You can't really get from one neighborhood on the south side to a neighborhood on the north side. There's no real good in and out if you're coming from the college even.
Right.
But with all of these parks, open space, residential units, restaurants, bars, things that are coming to the area, they are now going to open up all of these areas. So this, and this is what I'm most excited about with this one, is the walkability is going to be so much better, connecting this area to downtown, to the other surrounding homes and neighborhoods as well.
Another fun fact that I just thought of as well is right where Ball Arena's at, there is a light rail station there.
Yep.
So whether you guys are in Lodo, close to Union Station, where the light rail's at, whether you're going over by Ball Arena, there's a light rail station there, all the walkability you have there, and that light rail station is also going to connect to that new area where the Broncos Stadium's going to be at. So if you guys are connecting the dots here, like you're going to have a significant increase in the public transportation with strategically where they're placing all of these developments or where they're already currently at. You've got the light rail that can kind of take you to these, because some of them are just a little bit further away than maybe walking. You're not going to walk from the new Bronco Stadium to Ball Arena. It's doable, it's walkable, but that might be a decent walk there, right?
Yeah.
But because you're going to have the light rail, it just makes everything that much more doable depending on what you'd like to do, whatever activities you have downtown. But really cool how everything's coming together with that.
All right, now finally, the last big development that we're going to talk about, which is kind of old news, but it lost a lot of steam over the past few years because it sat completely stagnant. Well, now the same guys that bought the Ball Arena development, or that are developing Ball Arena, bought this River Mile development from the previous developers. So now it is making headlines again. It is picking up steam, although nothing has quite been done as far as the development yet, so we'll still see. However, we have a lot of faith in these new developers because they have a long-rooted past within Colorado.
Developers is a we with him. Tailgaters are a they with me. So like,
there we go.
If you're me, you're a tailgater. If you're him, you're this fancy developer. I'm being funny. I like giving him a hard time. But either way, it really is cool if they can still incorporate Elitch Garden, Six Flags on that River Mile. But what's really cool is just as much outdoor things as you do in Colorado, and as fun as it is to be outside in all seasons, sometimes you're not necessarily trying to go all the way into the mountains. Now, from downtown Denver, you're as little as 30 minutes from actually being in the mountains. You can hit Lookout Mountain. You can hit a couple of other close destinations, definitely within 45 minutes or even 35 minutes from downtown. But maybe you don't want to go all the way up into the mountains. Well, that River Mile, it's literally the Colorado River, correct?
Platte River.
Excuse me. That goes all the way through this thing, and people raft on it, they bodyboard on it, they do all sorts of stuff on it.
Right downtown.
Literally right downtown. So they're expanding that waterway. They're expanding the recreational side of what you can do on the waterway, which just makes it that much more fun. So maybe it's just something about going downtown, having some lunch, putting your feet in the water, you know, wakeboarding, whatever you want to do down there on those things. Like, it's a lot of fun, and it just, again, it gives you more outdoor water recreational things to do without actually having to go into the mountains, which is really cool, especially on some great fall days or early spring days and summer days. Couldn't be a better place to be.
Exactly. Frankly, this whole time that we've had a freaking looking river running right through downtown Denver, which is such a Colorado thing. It has been extremely underutilized.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, unless you know it's there or you're going to see it, you're not just gonna stumble across it most likely.
You pass right over it on Spirit.
You do.
This is kind of how you see it.
And you don't even realize that, hey, this is a legit river and there are certain places where you can go and you can like kayak in it. There's a like tube to work day or paddle to work day where everyone will go and you'll see guys like in their suits, in their kayak, literally paddling like down the Platte River. Well, and what's bothered me up to this point is that it is just such a highly underutilized space. So the first stages, which is right where they're at now, in terms of building this river mile, as they're calling it, is they're working on improving the water itself. So they're making certain parts of it deeper, they're making certain parts of it more shallow, they're improving the grading and the width of it, they're putting in beaches and other sort of like natural filtration and things like that. All the things are gonna help put waves in the certain places, little rapids in certain places, calm areas of water in certain places, all within this stretch that is going to border essentially Six Flags and this Ball Arena development.
Which is the challenge because you've got the Ball Arena development right here, and then you've got the River Mile right here, and the expansion or whatever they have to do that has to happen to make that properly might take up more space. And you've got Six Flags right in between both of these, depending on them accomplishing what they want to accomplish, how much is left there, do they have to cut some of it, do they have to cut all of it? But I'm sure as you guys have seen some of these images and some of the renderings, like the challenge behind still trying to maximize or fit that in, especially depending on how much people are actually going to use it. That's the other thing I'm sure that they're looking at, because if it's not as fun as it used to be, or people are not as interested in that as they used to be, well, then you can just maximize and have that space for something that's a higher and better use. But either way, a lot of fun things between these three destinational places. What I call that, little ecosystems. I don't know what we call it.
Now, in addition to the river and all the fun things that are going to come along with that, out of the three that we're talking about today, this is going to be the one most focused on adding additional residences to downtown.
Correct.
And what that means, we're looking at multiple high-rise condos, we're looking at luxury condos, we're also looking at some affordable ones as well. So they're really trying to put a good mix, everything that will blend into the aesthetic of the River Mile and everything that they're trying to bring to this new part of Denver. But you're looking at everything from affordable entry-level condos all the way up to high-rise luxury penthouse suite condos. So that is one thing I am personally really excited about. This is honestly going to be a new neighborhood of Denver that we haven't seen before.
Correct. Now, before we let you guys get out of here, we do want to remind you of our relocation guide. If you guys want to text this number down below, the words relocation guide, we can get that right over to you. It's mobile friendly, it's free, it's about 40 pages. It's for you, and it covers everything you're going to want to know when it comes to living in or moving to
100%.
Denver. Some of it will also cover some of these new developments. If you guys have some needs for that, upon request, we can get you more information. But either way, this has been super fun. We're clearly super excited about talking about these things. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you guys in about 2 days on our live at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here this coming Tuesday.
So for those of you guys that don't know, we haven't talked about this yet on our channel, but every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, that'd be 5 Central or 8 Eastern, we are going over all of these new developments. We're doing deep dives on neighborhoods, and this is your guys' opportunity to sit one-on-one with us, literally live on YouTube, and interact with us, ask any questions that you may have regarding any of these new and exciting upcoming developments, or honestly anything that pertains to real estate in Colorado.
Some of the most fun we have, and if we don't have the answer, we can resource and get the answers for you, but very rarely do we not have a resource or the answer for you. But it's been a lot of fun doing those. Folks have appreciated that a lot. We obviously love and appreciate all of you and the interactions we've had over the past 4 or 5 years with you guys. Looking forward to more in 2026.
That's right.
But until now, enjoy your Saturday. We'll see you guys Tuesday.
All right, see you guys.